Dragon Quest VII Reimagined finally comes out this week, and it might just be the biggest JRPG of this year, and it is something you do not want to miss out on. And in today's video, we're going to talk all about it. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. If you want to support the channel, please hit the like button, it helps out more than you know. And if you want to stick around for some more Dragon Quest content, you're already in the right place, just hit that subscribe button. So there is a demo out with the opening hours of the game for you all to enjoy. Heck, even some of you might be playing the full game already with the digital deluxe edition, and there are a plethora of reviews for you to go through to get a deeper look into the game. As for my review, you might just have to wait that little bit longer, but we're going to have a look at everything Dragon Quest VII Reimagined has to offer, combine that with my experience with hands-on previews and playing the demo. We're in for a good time today, so let's dive into the story. Now the story is going to be faithful to the original Dragon Quest VII, but the narrative is going to be refined and unnecessary bloat is going to be cut from the game. There are a few sections that people might not want cut from the game, but I have faith that this is going to be the best way to experience the Dragon Quest VII story, because we're going to have stronger character moments, as we've seen improved cutscenes, animations, and the dialogue, and the camaraderie between the party, using the party chat. There's going to be more scenes to get to know the characters even more, and of course there are a few beats to the story that we don't even know about that revolve around Kiefer returning to the game. You can expect the classic Dragon Quest tone with this one. It's heartfelt, whimsical, funny, and sometimes it can get dark. Now from story, let's talk about exploration and its world design. The graphical presentation is what you see first. We have the handcrafted models based on Toriyama's original artwork, and I've always been a fan since the first time I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people come around to the look of these models, and they really do look good. The way that they're animated in cutscenes, the way they come across on the world map, and the fact that there is a 3D diorama style environment to boost that graphical style even more, with the monsters that have also been not scanned in like the character models but been made to fit that aesthetic. It just goes together all well, and this is definitely one of the best looking Dragon Quest games for me personally, and I would love to see another Dragon Quest game in this style. Dragon Quest IX, I am looking at you. So everything that you'd expect from Dragon Quest is here, smashing the pots, the barrels, finding sparklies across the world map. I know some of you on that demo were looking at that sparkly on the world map like, how do I get this? I want this, I'm staring at it and I can't get it. When the full game comes out, you'll be able to get it, no problem. But it's the sense of exploration that we love in Dragon Quest, with mini medals to find. The fact that the whole story is based on exploration with the islands. So obviously we start off small, and as we progress further and further, we unlock more of the world map. We get to traverse that world map via ship. We get to fly on a magic carpet. It is just a wonderful world to experience, and with everything that we've spoken about when it comes to its graphical presentation, is going to be a pleasure to play through. Not only that, I mentioned the mini medals, but it doesn't stop there. You want to have a look at every nook and cranny you can find. Of course, on the world map, we're aware of the rare monsters that give us monster hearts, which we'll go into in a little while, but there's many things for us to check off on our completion list with this one. From exploration, let's talk about combat. Now this is just classic Dragon Quest combat, but modernized. So we've got the smoother animations, we've got a really clean UI, we have faster pacing because we have various battle settings to speed it up to our liking. We also have auto battle for those battles that we just know that we're going to win by default. When it comes to getting into battle, it's much like Dragon Quest XI, that you can visibly see the enemies on the world map and in dungeons, and you hit them for an advantage. If they come to you, you have the disadvantage, and then when you get to a certain level, when you go strike weaker enemies, you beat them just by default. You'll get your experience and your vocation points with no issues. Difficulty in this one compared to the HD 2D remakes is a lot more customizable, so if you want the challenge but still want the experience, because in the HD 2D games you pull it on hard mode, you're going to be grinding for a while, but if you want to keep that EXP and vocation point count normal but have the harder monsters, you can do that. So you can really just dive into it and make it your own. There is also a weakness system, so there is a UI element where there's a thumbs up and thumbs down, where it will tell you if an enemy is weak against a certain spell. So if they're weak against something like Crack or Sizz, it will let you know. Unfortunately, there's not a way to turn this off. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, especially veterans of the Dragon Quest series, that really wouldn't want this on the screen. Hopefully this is something that they might patch in at a later date just to turn it off for those that want it, but it's there and it does help the flow of battle. It's a good time nonetheless. And one thing that makes things even better is the fact that you can moonlight. What is moonlighting? Well, you can equip 2 vocations at once. This is one of the biggest changes for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. This allows you to have both the skills and passives from 2 vocations at the same time, really mixing things up and really making the party your own. So if you want someone that focuses on healing and debuffs, you can do that. If you want someone that goes all out on attacks and really goes for that crit damage, you can do that. And you can level up those vocations a lot faster. Of course, each character comes with its starting vocation as well for their own unique skills that they'll have to make the characters feel unique at the beginning, but then you can really just hammer down and make the characters your own. I mentioned the monster hearts from the big monsters. So there was a vocation in the original Dragon Quest VII. It's been completely changed here and it is now in the form of monster hearts. Essentially, these are accessories you can equip to give you stat boosts, maybe give you a skill or 2. Again, really allowing you to experiment with your party and make it your own. You can also swap in and out characters out of battle. So if you have a bigger party than the 4 that you can take into battle, you can swap it via the tactics menu. This is a great change. It reminds me of Final Fantasy X, just shaking things up a bit and allowing you to adapt to the situation you might be in. You also get various companions that fill in the 5th party slot for you across the story of Dragon Quest VII. Again, just adding another layer to that combat. And how can I forget about getting worked up? It's kind of like the limit break system. Attacks you really want to be focusing on. Each vocation comes with a unique ability that you can use once you are worked up, when you've took enough damage or when dealt enough damage. And when you have 2 vocations equipped, you have the option to pick 2. It just changes up the tide of battle just ever so slightly, whether that's buffs, debuffs, a strong attack, a really big healing spell that you might need in a desperate situation. I think people are going to have a really good time when it comes to the combat of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. With this being a remake of a game that came out on the PlayStation 1, it's completely reimagined. It's got plenty of quality of life improvements. The opening hours, if you've experienced the demo, is much more faster, but it is nicely paced. There is improved UI across the board. You got menus that are faster, clearer, and easy to navigate, especially for equipment skills and your vocation management. You can change your vocation at any time. Once you've unlocked it in the game, you just simply press a button on your controller and you can do it on the fly without having to go back and forth to the same location. And there are definitely some options that make it easier for newcomers when it comes to, again, the difficulty. The tutorials are very clear in their visuals and their diagrams, which makes new players feel a little bit more confident going in, which we all love to see because we want more people to experience the beauty that is Dragon Quest. There is also going to be DLC, whether you pre-order it and you get the DQ8 hero costume for your main character, whether you get the DQ11 costumes. There's plenty, including the arena, which we haven't mentioned. It is in the game, but there are even more fights for you to do, where you can go against some of the big bad bosses from the first 3 Dragon Quest games for a chance to get Erdrick's sword. There's, of course, items that you can get via the DLC, and if you ended up getting the Digital Deluxe Edition, you'll be jumping in 48 hours before launch, which again, you might be doing right now. That is pretty much everything you can expect stacked into Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. It's going to be a great time for everyone to dive into. Let me know if you've purchased the Digital Deluxe Edition. Are you holding off on it? Have you played the demo? Are you waiting to play the demo until you have the game and do it all in one sitting? I'm really excited about this one, and you'll be seeing my review on the channel soon. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.